Hi, Caspar here on the 7th of March 2024. Claret, left bank, Pauillac, 2004, Château, Pontet, Canet. I've just been looking on the website, so we've got 13% alcohol, 65% Cabernet Sauvignon, 29% Merlot, 4% Cabernet Franc, and 2% Petit Verdot. And I've had, some of these in my wine rack for a very long time. Looked at them, been looking at reviews online, which until fairly recently have said needs a bit more time. So I've left it alone just to rest, and now those reviews have started to say this is drinking pretty well. So let us have a look. Well, it's pretty much opaque. I mean, it hasn't got a heavy opaqueness to it. It's just possibly just shy of opaque, a very narrow band at the rim. The band at the rim is showing some signs of age, a mahogany sort of hue, but it's, as I say, it's narrow, whole thing deep and dark, and but not massively dense looking, which is encouraging. I like that. Let's give it a swell. By the way, I'm cooking a leg of lamb next door. I opened this bottle. It's 7:15 now. I opened this at about 3 o'clock, I guess, and I decanted it probably an hour and a half ago. I did not do any of that in the kitchen where I'm cooking a leg of lamb. It's a good tip, but you know, wine is like a sponge, and it will absorb flavors, aromas of anything that's cooking in the kitchen, and you'll find that your whole decanter of nice claret ends up smelling and tasting of roast lamb. So if you're going to decant a wine, have an open bottle of wine, keep it out of the kitchen where you're preparing cooking food. Here we go. I'm going to smell it. That brings me joy, I must say. I mean, I do wonder whether generations to come will not really know what wines like this, not know this beautiful, defined character on the nose. It's so crisp, so lively, it's fresh, it's like dawn-picked blackcurrant that's got that snap of cool, dark fruit skins just right when you bite into them, that skin breaks under your teeth. It's got elements of wood spice to it that are nicely integrated. There's a smokiness as well. Hint of mint and a little bit of sort of camphor perhaps, but lovely purity of dark, fresh, cool fruit. It's just lovely. There's a slight hint of something slightly gummy from the Merlot, and a little bit sort of licorice. Just a whisper of something high tone, almost faintly volatile about it. It's got wonderful lift, wonderful juice and freshness. I'm getting suddenly, when I breathe out after having swallowed it, getting a really interesting sort of nutty flavour. This is not a big wine, and I know a lot of commentators would probably mark it down for a lack of dimension, a lack of size, for not being huge and burly and having enormous shoulders on it, but it's cool and fluid. It's got super tannic support that is in no way intrusive, but bookends the palate. offering focus and an architecture to this lovely, delightfully fresh, pure, even airy, dark fruit that has snap and real elegance to it. It's just a lovely, lovely thing. It's a refreshing claret. I mean, how many of those do you find these days? You know, most often you find enormous mouthfuls of quite heavy stuff going on, which is in no way refreshing. But you know, this has got real life, elegance, and a lightness of touch about it. You know, you feel you could drink this on its own. I think it would be wholly unkind to refer to it as a lunch claret. I think it's just a classy. This is the kind of claret I want to drink. I want to drink it with a leg of lamb, which I happen to have next door. Hint of dried herbs, perhaps. And just lovely, classy, gently grippy tannins, which are, in the context of the size of the wine, are really quite significant, and yet they're gentle, beautifully, finely textured, grip gently, unaggressive, and it's a long thing, and it's, you know, yeah, just nicely fresh, clean, elegant, lovely claret. I mean, I'm trying not to say old school or classic or any of those things, but I suppose it's a bit of a dying breed, and I'm loving it. Yeah, I wish they were more like that. But there we are. That's been 2004 Château, Pontet, Canet, Pauillac, Left Bank, Bordeaux, Western Europe, Northern Hemisphere, the world. A delightful drink. I'm enjoying every mouthful. It's lovely.